What up, what up, what up? It's your boy BZ, and welcome to another episode of Thank God It's Today! So, several dozen Uber and Lyft passengers have been really interested in what my book is, and for legal reasons I can't really share it with anybody except the publisher until I get some legal documentation, and you guys understand that. I don't even know how to build a website. I've been asking you guys for years on Facebook to help me out. But the gist of it, it's my story, man. I was adopted at birth, never met my biological mother or father. I care, but I don't care. And I'll tell you why. Because God blessed me with the most awesome mom and dad that raised me right. And I just figured if my mom and dad are out there, they'll know me. That's kind of motivated me to be famous my whole life. Grew up in the church, grew up in sports, in the gym, baseball, basketball, football, soccer. I just did it whatever I could to get rid of that bitterness and that rage, not knowing who my parents were. Literally at 11 years old, the love of my life, my mom, was kind of stripped away from me. She died of cancer, and I suffered a lot of trauma from that. And as a result, I was thrown on, right before it, at like 9 years old, I was thrown on ADD meds, and I'm a super sensitive person. I'm a crier. I just cried a lot after my mom died, and my parents didn't know what to do with me. So they just threw me into the church, threw me into the Scouts, and I ended up making the wrong friends outside of that. And I made some really dumb decisions in middle school and high school, which ended with me getting in trouble with the law. And eventually, I found the United States Air Force, which was a blessing. But my inability to deal with life on life's terms, I was a big victim my whole life, because I always got that attention from crying or from my trauma. I was a trauma bonder. So I would always seek out other people with trauma and trauma bond. And I got cheated on when I was in the Air Force. She got pregnant. And I didn't want to go to war. I wanted to go to war with a guy that knocked up my fiance. And that left me homeless in Richmond, Virginia at 19 years old. And that's my story. That's why I'm so compassionate about homeless people. Because I get it, dude. So what I tell homeless people is stop telling the same story from 21 years ago, what led you into this journey. Come on, man, nobody cares. They care about your testimony, they don't care about the test. Everybody's tested. So from 21 years old, I got sober, to now I've only drank legally for 2 months. Yeah, so I've spent most of my natural adult life in and out of recovery meetings, and my problem is I wasn't anonymous, so I had to pretty much leave that fellowship because I destroyed my chances of success, because I was a virtue signaler. I'd put my sobriety coins on the internet. So when I fell, right, I had another crisis, and my car was stolen. I had the best year of my life in 2020. Y'all were miserable and complaining and stuck trying to change careers. I was living my best life on Twitch, traveling all over the United States, hanging out with some of the coolest people in the world. And that got ended by way of my car being stolen 2 days before the ice storm in Austin. And I actually had a crisis. I was the boy who cried wolf, and the wolves devoured me, man. It's hard. So from 2021 to now was my struggle. So that's what my book is about. How to overcome struggle. What it is, what it looks like, and how to overcome it. Stop being a victim. So I just want to encourage anybody that's reaching out for help, that's not receiving it like I was. Look at your past. Look at your record. Stop being a victim. Take some accountability for your actions and go get help yourself, as David Goggins says. what took the book so long is because I had to live out my book. I started this process of the book, and I called it The Rude Awakening. And I had this book that I took on a Greyhound bus, and I got a whole bunch of people across the United States to sign it. And I haven't seen any one of them since. But if you're one of those people, you helped heal my heart. Because I was reaching out for help, and I was homeless, and I couldn't get it because my family and friends had given up on me. So if your family and friends have given up on you, take some responsibility and some accountability for your actions and fix yourself. So the Rude Awakening for me kept going over and over and over again. So one of the main chapters of my book is called Groundhog's Day. And if you watch Groundhog's Day and see the message, it's really simple. You can learn it and repeat the same nightmare 30 days in a row, or it can take you 30 years like me. You can figure out your purpose when you write your college essay, or you can never figure it out and keep blaming the world for your problems like me. So what really helped me get out of the struggle was finding mentors. Some of them I had to pay. Some of them I had to just go and read their books and go on YouTube. And there's this one Motiversity video, Unstoppable number 2. I watched it over 1,000 times. And I ended up doing this 100 push-up challenge. And I just started taking massive determined action. So if you look at my YouTube channel from March of 21 to now, you'll see that I haven't made a dime on YouTube. I don't care. It's a business card, right? You don't make that much money for 1 million views anyway, so stop trying to be famous by getting views and likes and comments. You get it, but people seeing the change. The Marines recruit because they show the high school dropout, and then they show his picture of that washed up, beaten down bum at 20 years old with no life, and then you see him standing there in front of you as a Marine. That's the change that people want to see, the testimony. So as I move forward pushing this book out, I've switched my numbers, so only a few people have access to me. I've deactivated my Facebook, deleted my Reddit, and we can talk after my book's out, have coffee or something. But right now, I'm laser focused on finishing this project so that I can provide for my family. That's the message. Stop being a victim. Take some accountability and responsibility for where you're at in life. And grind. Stay hard.